Alright, this lesson is going to be a review of slope. Our objective is to review understanding of slope. Our vocabulary word is obviously slope. Please look that up if you can't remember the definition from algebra. So there are three ways to find slope. The main one that we'll actually use in geometry is a slope triangle because we're going to be looking at lines a lot in relation to their graphs. And what we do for this is we want to look at the rise divided by the run. So what we do is when we have 2 points, we like to create an actual right triangle. And we want to look at how far up this triangle goes. So from here, we went from here up to there, which looks like we only went up 1. So we have a rise of 1. And for the run, we go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the end. So this is 4. The one thing that you've got to remember about the slope triangle is we have to know whether it is a positive slope or negative slope. And since this one's going up from left to right, that means it's positive, so our slope is 1/4. If our line is going down from left to right, that would be a negative slope. So we have a rise over run of 1/4, which means our slope is 1/4. Another way that we find slope is using what's called rate of change. Rate of change utilizes delta x and delta y, or change in x and change in y. And this is really just rise over the run, delta y being the up and down, the rise, and delta x being the left to right, the run. And so for delta x, we just go from 0 to 2 is 2, from 2 to 6 is 4, from 6 to 12 is 6. Okay? And delta y, we start at 3. From 3 to 0, we have to go down 3, so that's negative 3. 0 to negative 6 is negative 6. Negative 6 to negative 15 is negative 9. Then we put delta y, negative 3, over delta x, 2. This one doesn't reduce, it's negative 3 over 2. This one, negative 6 over 4, which reduces to negative 3 over 2. And this one, negative 9 over 6, which reduces to negative 3 over 2. So here the rate of change, another name for slope, is negative 3 over 2 because we get that every time. The last way that we want to look at slope is through the slope formula, which is what we've used probably the most in algebra. One of the things that I like to point out to help us out with this is to label our points. So every point has to have an x and a y. These are our 2 points. This first point, I always look at which one has the smaller x value. Well, this one, negative 2 is smaller, 1 is bigger, so the one with the smaller x value, I always call that 1. So I've got x1, y1. They have to stay together. And this would be x2, y2. And now all it is just putting numbers in their proper place. So negative 1 is y2. It's going to go in first. We're always subtracting. Then we've got y1, which is 8. Then we've got x2, which is positive 1. Again, always subtracting. And then we've got x1, which is negative 2. So negative 1 minus 8 is negative 9. 1 minus negative 2, that's really adding here. So this is really 1 plus 2, which is 3. So we have negative 9 over 3, which gives us a slope of negative 3. Okay, if there's any of this that you didn't get or you couldn't remember from the past, please rewind, rewatch, and bring any questions to class as we review slope. Thank you.